Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this meeting of the Auchterarder Common Good Fund, 4th of October. We'll go straight into a roll call. Kirsten, can you do the honours?
Yes, good morning, members. When I call out your name, if you could please confirm that you're present. Councillor Reid, we've heard from yourself. Councillor Duff.
Present.
Councillor Gray.
Present.
And Councillor Lyle.
Present.
All members are present, convener.
Thank you, Kirsten. Would it be appropriate to introduce the rest of the table, because I'm not 100% sure who's in it?
Yes, if you'd like to.
Yep.
So,
Kirsten Molly from Committee Services. We have Christina Flynn, Democratic Services Manager, and we have Donald Colling from Finance. We also have Lee Haxton from Community Planning.
that's great. Thank you very much, and welcome to you all. So there are no apologies. If anybody's got any declarations of interest, can you put DI in the chat box? And I can't see any. So can we agree the minutes of the Auchterarder Common Good Fund of 19th of October 2020?
Agreed. Agreed.
Take that as agreed.
Yep.
And has anybody got any matters that they want to raise arising from the meeting?
No.
No, that's fine. Thank you. So, can we note the application made in February 2021 by the Auchterarder Community Sports and Recreation Group, and note also that a £30,000 grant was awarded by this committee?
Noted. Noted.
Thank you. Right, we move on to item 6, which is applications for financial assistance. Now this is an application by the Auchterarder and District Community Sports Hub, and can I ask who's going to be presenting this paper?
Can I maybe ask convener that Lee Haxton gives us an introduction to this, as he's already indicated in the chat box that we have an email through.
Thank you.
Good morning, Good morning, councillors. Yeah, so the application's coming from the Auchterarder District Community Sports Hub, looking for a contribution towards the overall running costs of the operation that they've picked up over the last couple of years. And I did put in the chat this morning that an email had come out from Alistair Finlayson with regard to the Auchterarder Community Facilities Fund, and he'd asked you members to be aware of this, and it may inform the decision that you take today. So the email, if you've not had a chance to read it, effectively says that the decision is still pending, and it's likely that the decision will be issued today. But the general view is that it's not going to meet the criteria. However, that's yet to be confirmed. So a final decision is yet to be taken. I've also had an update from. Sorry. So I thought someone was trying to come in there. Apologies. It might just be feedback at my end. I've also had a note from my colleague Karen Johnston, who would normally be here to help deal with any questions, but unfortunately is not well today. And she's had an update from the community sports group this morning saying that their applications to the Friends of St Margaret's and the Community Development Trust have been approved. So they're receiving £10,000 this year from St Margaret's and £10,000 next year, and from the Community Development Trust £5,000 this year and £5,000 next. So gives you a more up-to-date picture of the financial position with this application. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Lee. Has anybody got any questions on the report? Councillor Gray?
You're on mute, Tom.
Lee, could you give me an idea how much it was costing the council to have Lal run this in the past? Just to get an idea of the sort of cost involved in doing this sort of work.
I'm afraid I don't have those figures, Councillor. I would need to go and find them for you. Unless Donald may have any financial information, I would be surprised though.
So, but we do have objections given by the group themselves of the sort of costs which are likely to come into it. Just to get an idea if that relates well to what it was costing before. That's the only reason I'm asking. I've got to say, you know, my feeling is that if you're looking for a decision on this just now, my comment would be yes, they desperately need this funding, simply because it's been a long time since the thing's been inactive, not only due to Lal moving, of course, obviously compounded by the pandemic, and the extra difficulties that cost in terms of manning things to ensure safety there's another dimension to safety, not only using the equipment, etc., but also health safety, which wasn't really quite a consideration before, or to that extent. And therefore, I do feel that the £10,000 would be well placed if it's affordable to do so, which it seems to be. It does empty the budget, but that's so be it. The money's there to be used, and this is a good purpose, I would suggest.
Can I ask a question, please, of Lee as well? Lee, you indicated an email from Alistair Finlayson. What was the application for exactly? And you indicated it was unlikely to be successful.
The application was effectively the same, Councillor Lyle, as you're considering this morning as a common good bid, but it was to the Community Facilities Fund, and I believe the figure they were seeking was £50,000. But let me just double check that, and I'll get back to you.
Okay.
You're correct. It is £50,000.
Yeah, to the Community Facilities Fund. Yeah, and I am aware that I had a discussion on this last week where I had asked for endeavours to be made, and evidently we don't meet the criteria for the Community Facilities Fund. So given Councillor Gray's comments earlier, I think there is also a significant need, and there's also a challenge to Lal in this, in that they appear to have abandoned the community in this respect. So I'd be happy to support Councillor Gray in awarding them £10,000, in aware that will prohibit us from awarding other funds in the rest of this financial year.
I'll just add my support to my two colleagues there. I think it's very important that we do support this application.
Can I just add, I did see that email this morning, and it did make a lot of sense as to why the Community Facility Fund could not support the application, but that did lend opportunity for us to fill that gap to some extent, at least. Simply because it does comply with what I think the Common Good Fund is there to do. It's to maintain facilities rather than to simply initiate facilities, which is what the Facilities Fund would be doing.
Yeah.
Thank you, Councillor Gray. Totally agree. So are we happy to award the full amount of £20,000 over 2 years as requested?
Agreed.
Indeed,
Agreed.
Yes. Yep.
Right. Can we minute that the award can be granted? Thank you. And item 7, we now move on to the financial statement. Is that Mr. Coyne presenting that?
It is indeed, convener. Thank you. Yeah. This report is for noting, provides an update on the final outturn for the fund for financial year 2021. The report also includes details of income and expenditure to 23rd of August 2021 and the projected outturn for the fund for the current financial year. So at the time of preparing this report, the audit of the council annual accounts, which also include the Common Good Fund accounts, was not finalised. So the title in the report says unaudited. But the audit of the annual accounts is now complete and the deficit for the fund for financial year 2021 is confirmed as £10,512. And the fund balance at 31st of March 2021 is £282,634. So the committee has previously provided an update on the financial position at the meeting on the 19th of October 2020. And at that time we estimated there would be a surplus of £8,470 for the financial year 2021. So the movement of circa £19,000 was due to the approved overspend on financial assistance awards, and this has been partially offset by underspend on property and Christmas lighting costs, plus some additional income for the year. So turning to current financial year 21-22, projected outturn has been reduced in line with the estimate for fixed term deposit interest for the year. The approved budget assumed a total surplus for the year of £8,900, and this is now reduced to £7,300. The estimated fund balance at 31st of March 2022 is circa £290,000. The report also provides an update on the reseeding works for the fields used as grazing lets. So progress in these works has been delayed as council officers are currently assessing the suitability of part of the site as a cemetery extension site. And the outcome of this may have an impact upon the reseeding works and the associated cost. So we'll continue to keep you updated on progress, even if it's only by email. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Anybody get any questions?
No questions from me.
No.
Any comments?
None.
No comments. Are we happy to agree the report?
Agreed.
Agreed.
That then brings us to the end of today's business. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us, and see you next time, whenever that might be. Hopefully it'll be together in one room. Anyway, take care. Thanks very much. Bye.